Well, here we have it. Massive protests erupt across Europe as countries tighten restrictions. Hundreds of thousands took to the street to protest new COVID restrictions. This is from the Westphalian Times and from Samuel RZ. I don't know if that's his last name or not, but kind of interesting. I'm Grid 7, and let's read this article. In London, thousands gathered in front of Parliament to protest against the vaccine passports and new restrictions. An aerial view of the protest shows a massive crowd spanning over a large distance. This tweet is from Marie Oakes. Overhead view of protests in London against the vaccine passport and new restrictions. And here we can see it. 38-second clip and just showing all the people. And yet the media continues to ignore large protest in London against the vaccine passport and new restrictions PM against Prime Minister Boris Johnson has announced. I mean, just look at all these people. They're not having to focus on one little group and make it look like it's a larger group. I mean, that's spanning the entire street right there. And here we have protesters chanted freedom as they marched towards the parliament. Freedom, freedom, freedom. And again, not exactly small crowds here. Tensions increased in London as the police could hardly contain the crowd. Police forces become aggressive and scuffles ensue. I really won't do this one because it says, uses swear words, but I guess I can do a little bit here. Yeah. I feel sorry for the police right here because you want to support the police because of, especially you get California and stuff like that. It's just so awful. But these guys, they're enforcing the wrong thing. Really. And then we have in France, massive protests erupted against the mandatory health pass and increased restrictions announced by the Macron government. That didn't go. There we go. I mean, you got all these people right here. Of course, the government doesn't care because this isn't like Black Lives Matter or something like that where, some leftist group, you are racist or something. In Vienna, Austria, thousands took to the street to protest against COVID-19 restrictions. You can see all the crowd right here. And Melbourne, Australia, also another large protest. For some reason, I just like the umbrellas here. That just strikes me as funny. It is summer down there, so it's hot. I realize they have summer when we have winter, so I'm not that dumb. I mean, just look at that. They were wall to wall. Countries around the world have been adding new restrictions to prevent the spread of the Omicron variant. And new data shows that the COVID-19 vaccines are not very effective against the variant, despite what Biden and all of our press and public are saying. Yeah. However, Omicron appears to be much milder than the Delta variant. In the epicenter of the Omicron epidemic in South Africa, hospitalizations actually decreased following a surge in Omicron cases. Now, this is something that I've seen Biden say a whole lot. In fact, I think I just had a thing yesterday about Biden saying, if you're unvaccinated, be prepared for illness and death. But yet, hospitalizations decrease following surge in Omicron cases. The person says Omicron's scariant. I like that. I like that word, scariant. Has been in South Africa for more than 1 month. And this is the timeline of total deaths in South Africa. I think. New confirmed deaths per million of people. Yes, South Africa. I mean, you got up. That's probably Delta right there. And it doesn't quite say where it is. which one is, but no, if that's the 16th, no, even right here, it was being done back in, I think, November. So this should be going back on up if the Omicron variant was so bad. And you can go to Google, type in COVID cases, and it'll show this little thing, and you can pull it on up, and the deaths just haven't gone up like the cases have. But yet, as this person says, governments have largely decided to ignore the mildness of Omicron, often compared to cold or seasonal flu, and to instead focus on rapidly increasing case counts to justify new restrictions and further vaccinated versus unvaccinated discrimination. Yes, we are getting that discrimination. It's becoming more and more. And I'm sorry, if you are for a vaccine mandate and the passports, I'm going to call you a Nazi. You're going to have to give me a good reason why you're not a Nazi. And so far, nobody's been able to do it. Yep. What do you think? Government's doing the wrong thing here? No, they're doing all this, and all these people are protesting. And if it comes out, and this is correct, right here, if that comes out to be correct, the media and the governments are gonna face such a backlash because they did all this. And if it's not there, as one person said, no, if the next variant comes out and it actually is deadly, they've screwed themselves right here with the Omicron. Yeah, let me know what you think. Leave a like, comment, come on over to Rumble, and I'll see you next video.